Hello, I'm Dr. Sean M. Nicholson, and this is Kingdom Business, where we're growing ministry and business. Our goal for you is to see each week where the intersection of ministry and business meet. Each week, we're bringing you a phenomenal opportunity for you, the viewers, to tune in to see the topics that can speak to both your personal as well as your professional goals, as I reveal how I'm able to keep God in the center of it all. Okay, let's go. Well, we got another powerful show for you on today. This is March Madness. Yes, it's March Madness, and it is getting crazy. I'm excited to be able to present just different tips and things to each one of you, the viewers, as we navigate through our ministries as well as our business. Now, on last week we talked about the Sweet 16, and I gave you eight plays for a successful business, as well as eight plays for a thriving ministry. I hope you enjoyed that on last week. Now, this week, oh yeah, this now we move from the Sweet 16 and we're going into the Elite Eight. That's right, the Elite Eight. And I'm excited to be able to present the material to you on today because today we're dealing with the 8 steps for coaching a winning team. 8 steps for coaching a winning team. Now, those of you that are pastors, those of you that are CEOs or presidents, EDs of the particular companies or nonprofits, you understand that it's really important to have a winning team. If you have a winning team, you're going to be successful. There's no question about that. So on this week, we're going to talk about make sure that we understand that there are 8 steps that I'm going to give you on today for coaching a winning team. Now, the coach is only as good as its players. Would you agree with that? Even though the coach may have the intellect, may have the ability, the skill set to coach and to do the task at hand, it cannot be implemented without the team. Now, there's many different players on the team. You have your direct reports and you have your staff. You may have your ministerial staff. You may have your hospitality. And I'm going back and forth with different things. You may have your project manager. Whatever the case may be, it is very important for each of you or each of us to make sure that we coach the winning team. We got to coach for a winning team. So I'm going to show you those tips or give a few of those tips for you. So let's talk about 2 of them today. Now, the first tip that I want to leave with you on today is we got to be able to create habits for success. So in coaching your winning team, you may have to make sure that you create habits for success. Now, let's talk about habits, for instance. Now, there's good habits and there's bad habits, right? So whatever we need to focus on the good habits. Now, I did a thing called the 21 Days of Business Challenge. And the question that I asked the people was, did you know that with consistent effort, it takes 21 days to change a habit? Now, that's whether it's good or bad. And that means habits that contribute to business decisions, ministerial decisions that will prevent you from irreversible failures. So you have to make sure that you create habits that will be suitable for success. Here's the thing. Don't get stuck in daydreaming about what they want to achieve or what you want to achieve, but instead take actionable strategies towards moving forward with the passion that you have for your job or your company or the projects that you're leading. Okay. How do I do that? Well, set small goals and then complete them 1 step at a time. You can't get to 5 until you go through 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Then you should create positive environments surrounded by supportive people who encourage, and not only encourage, but they pursue people that want to pursue their passion. We have to recognize our opportunities, and once we recognize them, we need to seize them rather than turn them down. Accepting mistakes because they are part of the learning process. We can't win unless we fail, right? We can't succeed unless we fail. Focus on moving forward instead of dwelling on previous failures. Sometimes we get stuck in the motions and we can't pull ourselves out of it, right? We got to focus on how to move forward. Then, most importantly, with creating habits for success, hold individuals accountable, because you should be able to hold them rather accountable of what they control rather than blaming others. You ever been in a situation that there's a lot of finger pointing or passing the buck, as it were? That's not good. Accept the opportunity to be accountable, right? Accept ownership in the situation. So, the first play or the first step is create habits for success. That's how you move forward with coaching a winning team. The second thing un- that we should do, or the second step, would be to embrace uncertainty. Embrace uncertainty. The pursuit of passion requires hard work. It requires dedication and willingness, and a willingness to not fail. Right? Did you know that the actual root word comes from to suffer? When we talk about passion, it comes from to suffer. Results don't happen overnight. You ever heard the thing that says practice makes perfect, right? No pain, no gain. Any successful pastor, minister, any successful entrepreneur, CEO will tell you that pursuing their passion comes with a lot of hard work. They didn't just wake up one day and they had it all. That didn't just happen. It takes suffering, it takes challenges of all sorts, the grit of mental toughness, right? To get up once you fall, to get back up and to keep trying. What do they say? At first you don't succeed, try again. And when you learn to embrace change, you can be better managed for those that feel discomforted. Now, some passionate folks set out to accomplish something because they have a strong desire and a strong draw, if you will, towards a goal or even a dream. However, when things get hard and you have to dig into it, passion may give way to that grit as well as that determination. Now, you see, I'm highlighting passion a lot because a lot of what I'm giving you is out of our book, Pass I On, which is a play on the word passion. And so I believe in these steps. I believe in these plays. I have um, done them myself. I've taught others how to do them, and they work. I promise you, they do work. All right. All right. So, first, create habits for success. Secondly, embrace uncertainty. Got to embrace uncertainty. The third step, we got to create something of real value, if you will. Did you know that value is the cornerstone to success, i.e., a winning team? If you stop to think about it right now, the richest people in the world have created the most value. Hands down, it's crucial if you're looking to win. So, why is value so important, you might ask? Well, while some people might be able to sell something, that doesn't guarantee long term success. If you put your words or put your own needs first before your consumer, your constituents, your parishioners, your congregation, the community, whatever the case may be, you'll lose, right? But whatever you sell, whatever you manufacture, whatever you create, whatever you dream up, do it with those individuals, the end user we'll call them, best interests at heart. In other words, add insane amounts of value to everything that you do. Everything. Let people need to be like, I got to go to church. I got to participate in this small group. I got to patronize that business. I got to utilize their services. Create that value, right? And I'm talking about real value. Think about it for a moment. Before most of the world's most successful companies ever made a dime, they added value first. For instance, Facebook connected to the world through a massive social media network. Global, or rather Google, provided the most uncanny, accurate search results before it ever enabled you to run an ad, so on and so forth. So they created value. Okay, you got to create value. Number three, look to improve the lives of others. Okay, look to improve the lives of others. Not only should you deliver real value, but you should look for ways that will improve their lives, the lives of other people. Whatever it is you're peddling, whatever it is that you're preaching, whatever it is that you're selling, whatever it is that you're dealing with, make sure you create that value. Sure, you can sell anything to anyone for a brief period of time, but if you're not improving the lives of consumers, you're really wasting your time. By building products, services, providing information that proves the lives of others, you can literally transform the business or the ministry and then even catapult it into the stratosphere, if you will. We're talking about long-term exponential growth. It's not about today, it's about the future, long-term growth, beyond anything that could quite that you can quite possibly dream of. Now, listen, that doesn't mean that you can't profit from your efforts. No, but it just simply means that you have to focus on improving the consumer's life first and foremost. Okay, that's the key, or the secret, if you will, to success here. Focus on that and watch your business, your ministry, your nonprofit, even your life take shape and watch it reach to new heights. Okay. But ignore this and watch it crash and burn. All right, moving on. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me give you one more and then we're going to take a break. We talked about embracing uncertainty. We talked about creating habits for success. We talked about create something of real value, improve the lives of others. Now we want to look at be authentic and transparent. It is very important, number 5, to be authentic and transparent. No one likes a smart butt. I mean, no one likes that, right? You can't sell anything. Don't be don't be that guy or that girl, if you will. Don't be the one that people don't want to see coming. Don't be that person. Don't the quote unquote used car salesman. Now, some of my good colleagues are carsmen, so I'm not talking about them, but don't be that, if you will, underhanding and lowballing and greedy. Don't be that person. Just don't. Instead, if you really want to succeed and if you really want to coach that winning team, you should be authentic and transparent. Don't make unrealistic claims. People can see right through it. People that will overpromise and underdeliver. Yeah. Instead, be honest about what you're doing, what your product or your service is, and the information will take care of the rest. The real world reviews, if you will, from people who have tested whatever it is that you're offering. Those testimonies go a long way. Whether you're an audience of a millennial or a baby boomer, everyone can tell when you're not being authentic. People are not stupid, understand? So don't take advantage of them by trying to be or to try to say something that is not true. You know why? Because you're just wasting your time. Now, look, the exciting thing about Kingdom Business is that we are online all the time. We are keeping the conversation going, even when we're not streaming here weekly. I want you to reach out to me with your questions, your comments, and your concerns. I'm listening to you online at KBizWorld on Twitter or on Facebook, Kingdom Business 7. You can also email me at contact@kingdombusiness.world. All right. So listen, uh, I can I will be always willing to get back to you. Okay. Now look, we gotta pay a couple bills, as I like to say, and then we'll be right back. Okay.
It's a new year, it's a new you, it's a new season. We got to grow our churches. We got to find a way in this pandemic to find a way to connect, to communicate, to get our increase of giving back up so we can do the work of the Lord to see his kingdom extended and the local church growing, particularly in this virtual space. I'm so excited about the innovative and attractive church app that we now have the opportunity to share with so many pastors around the country. The average person spends 3 hours a day looking at their phone now. Can you imagine, instead of going to a website that's destination driven, that on the palm of your hand, sending out push notifications, sending out information to all of the people who follow you. Speaking of following, social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everything you need is right there at the palm of your hand in the MP's Church app. Again, I want to encourage you to make 2022 the greatest year of growing your ministry, being high tech, being high touch, and being the people that God has called both you and I to be in this virtual space. Again, I'm Dr. Michael Anthony Stevens, Senior Director of NP's Church Apps. I encourage you to get the app, sign up now, and make this your greatest year.
All right, all right. We're back. We're back. Now, we're talking about 8 steps for coaching the winning team. Create habits for success. Explore, embrace uncertainty. Create something of real value. Improve the lives of others. Be authentic as well as transparent. The sixth thing that I want to talk to you about today, focus on positivity. While you shouldn't look to please everyone all the time, you should focus on your thoughts of positivity. In other words, don't think negative thoughts. Yes, I know, it's hard, but it's necessary. If you begin to veer off to the realm of negativity, your entire life will follow, and those that you're leading as well. Consider that we have upwards of 60,000 thoughts per day, and a large degree of those thoughts happen in the subconscious mind. If you don't focus on your thoughts or on positivity, you'll feel like you aren't in control of anything that's going on in your life. You won't be in control of your destiny at all. And you certainly won't be able to make any progress with your ministries or even your business because you're not in that headspace to be able to do that. This is one important piece of advice that I give to entrepreneurs and even pastors. You simply can't make progress if you're always focusing on the pain. Woo! Now that was powerful. Let me say that again. You simply cannot make progress if you're always focusing on the pain rather than the pleasure of a positive outcome. Yeah, I know it's hard. I get it. We all know that. But it gets easier with time as long as you put the work in and keep a positive mindset. Um, Certain things that I do with different workshops and sessions that we do, we talk about a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. And it's my experience that a lot of individuals, unfortunately, they possess more of a fixed mindset rather than a growth mindset. Now, that fixed mindset is very um, dangerous, if you will, because what happens is you've already told yourself, if you will, that it's going to be a certain way, whether it's because of culture, whether it's because you're a product of your own environment, whether it's something that you have read, whether it's something that you continue or repetitively have done, you have put yourself in a box, a fixed mindset. A lot of ministries, a lot of churches will find themselves in that. However, a growth mindset is like it teaches us to look into the real world, if you will. We take something out of the box instead of keeping it closed in. Fixed mindset keeps it bundled up. Growth mindset expands. So I would I would recommend that we practice or at least keep that as one of our growth areas so that we can develop the growth mindset. I promise you, it will make a difference in your ministries as well as your businesses. I need to go back because I talked about creating habits for success, right? We talked about embracing uncertainty, right? We talked about create something of value, improve the lives of others, being authentic and transparent. Yep, that's right. Focus on positivity. And then I want to talk about this the follow the 80-20 rule, the 80-20 rule. Okay. The 80-20 rule states that 80% of the results come from 20% of the efforts. Now, in sales, for instance, it means that 80% of the sales come from 20% of the customers. It also means that within the 20% of efforts, another 80-20, it also means that within the 20% of efforts, another 80-20 rule applies. Now, that translates to a very small amount of effort leading to a very large amount of results. Focus on that. Find the efforts that are producing the biggest results. This isn't about working long and unending days and just to get the big results. It's not about that. It's not about toiling away or being the last one to always leave the office or the parking lot, but it's about the productivity. If you can find what works, you can scale it out. Think 4-hour work week rather than 18-hour days. Does that make sense? Too many people think that the secret to success lies in working yourself to the bone, right? It doesn't. Just identify what efforts are producing the biggest results and then scale them. That's how you seriously scale out, monetize, as well as grow your business. Now, lastly, you got to make a plan. You got to make a plan. If you don't, what do they say? If you don't, um, um, you got to make a yeah. You got to make a plan. Siri's talking to me. I wasn't talking to you, Siri, but you got to make a plan. Success takes hard work. Okay, it takes persistence and planning. Once you figured it out, then you find out what's important to you. Then you start drawing up a plan. My daughters would tell you that I always teach them make a plan, make a plan, make a plan. Even now, as being adults, they come and me and I say, "Well, do you have a plan for that?" If we're going to talk about anything, I need to know your plan, especially if there's serious decisions that you're trying to make. Okay. Step 1, 5, or set 1, 5, 10-year goals based on your definition of success. Where do you want your ministry to be? Where do you want your business to be in 1 to or 5 or 10 years? How close will you be to receiving or achieving that particular vision? I can't stress enough, research, research, research. How realistic are your goals in the context of your competitive environment? If you are in a small town um, or if you're in a metropolitan city, you got to make sure that you plan. Are your goals smart? That is specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, in time. That's smart, right? If not, work to make them so. If your goals aren't specific and measurable, for instance, it'll be hard to tell if you are achieving them or not. All right. Oh man, this is the fastest show on the air, if you will. All right, that's all the time that we have for today. But I hope you've learned a valuable lesson that you can start living today. My name is again Dr. Sean Nicholson, or you can call me Coach Sean during this March Madness time. And it has been a pleasure to speak with each one of you on today. This is Kingdom Business, where we're growing ministry and business. Don't forget, you can keep the conversation going at Kingdom Business 7. I'll see you every Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern and 10 p.m. Pacific time, right here on the Power Network. That's the powernetwork.tv. Remember, passion is the ability to pass I on. All right. We will see you next time. Take care.
It's a new year, it's a new you, it's a new season. We got to grow our churches. We got to find a way in this pandemic to find a way to connect, to communicate, to get our increase of giving back up so we can do the work of the Lord to see his kingdom extended and the local church growing, particularly in this virtual space. I'm so excited about the innovative and attractive church app that we now have the opportunity to share with so many pastors around the country. The average person spends 3 hours a day looking at their phone now. Can you imagine, instead of going to a website that's destination driven, that on the palm of your hand, sending out push notifications, sending out information to all of the people who follow you. Speaking of following, social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everything you need is right there at the palm of your hand in the NP's Church app. Again, I want to encourage you to make 2022 the greatest year of growing your ministry, being high tech, being high touch, and being the people that God has called both you and I to be in this virtual space. Again, I'm Dr. Michael Anthony Stevens, Senior Director of NP's Church Apps. I encourage you to get the app, sign up now, and make this your greatest year.